Welcome to Hispanic Biz Success Stories. We converse with successful entrepreneurs to learn from them why they built a business and how they built a business. We trust you find these stories interesting. Our special guest today is Mr. Ruben Espino, the president and owner of I.Q.P. Canopies, Inc. Mr. Espino, thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much for your invitation. I'm very glad to be here with you.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking time. What is I.Q.P. Canopies, Mr. Espino?
It's a family-owned company that makes it. It's manufacturing company that makes all kind of shades. You know, like fabric canopies, metal canopies, awnings, aluminum trellises for buildings, and we sell a lot of park amenities like benches, picnic tables for schools, essentially, and we do all that in our premises here in El Paso.
How long you been in business?
We are celebrating our 10th anniversary in the 1st of May of this year. We got 10 years of existing here in El Paso, and we have done real nice during those 10 years.
You're a family business.
It is a family business, yes.
Your wife works with you, your children?
Yeah, one of my children, Salvador, who is in charge of all the operation. Normally I take care of sales, new products, public relations. My son takes care of the whole operation, all the manufacturing, painting, fabric cutting and knitting, and the most important, installation of the canopies.
And your wife too helps?
Yes, my wife takes care of the accounting, and all the everything that has to do with paying the bills and receivables too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I know your son, Salvador. He took my class at UTEP in Hispanic entrepreneurship, so I hope that was helpful to him.
Oh yes. He's doing real good. He loves his work. He really is very excited at everything that we do, and he's very responsible.
Mr. Espino, why did you start I.Q.P. Canopies?
It started around 12 years ago. We had to move to El Paso. We were living in Juarez, Mexico, where we live most of our life there. But suddenly violence started, and we had to move to El Paso, and to prevent any problem with our children. They were all of them. They were starting here in El Paso, and so we already had a lot of relations with El Paso. So we had to move. We bought a house here on the east side, on a new area that were totally desert area, no trees, no shades, no birds. We used to live at a nice home in Juarez with a lot of trees, a lot of shade, and a lot of birds. And now we found that there's nothing here. So I start thinking about it, because I always have been in business, in different kind of business in Mexico. Been in different, all kind, like maquiladora, supplier, like water treatment equipment. We sell a lot of things in Mexico. So I had I was trying to do something here. So we didn't have that shade. So even our neighbors were doing their cookouts inside the garage doors because they didn't have it. So I started thinking about that, and then from there came the idea that I needed a shade. So I just started looking around. It's something that has been here for a lot of years. So I started, and we started in a real small shop, and we rented a little space, and that's how everything started.
So
10 years ago.
were you your first customer?
Yes.
You built a canopy for your own
Yes,
home.
yes. I put one in my backyard, and from there on, neighbors started looking at us, and we started moving that. And we went and looked at see around, and I noticed that all the schools had real large ones, and there are a lot of businesses that had canopies here. Canopies has been here for many years, but at that time there was no local companies. So that was a good start, because we found a niche here. So we went, and we have been very successful, and thank God we are in the Sun City.
Yes, that's right. That's interesting. Taking advantage of the sun. Your background, Mr. Espino, you said you worked with the maquilas. What were you worked with the maquilas?
Yes, I have a bachelor's degree in Chihuahua City of industrial engineering. And so I started working in Juarez at a maquiladora named RCA Components, where we used to do all the chassis for the TV sets. And we send those chassis to Indianapolis to finish the TV sets. So I worked there. I worked there, and that helped me a lot with my English. And so I spent 10 years there. And suddenly, during those 10 years, I started my own business in different things, like a printing shop. And then I started selling printing shop to RCA, and then we started making some labels to put on the chassis on every TV set. So suddenly we were selling labels that were being shipped to the United States, as part of the TV set. So we consider ourselves the first company that exported a Mexican product inside a maquiladora product.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you're an industrial engineer.
Yes.
And with RCA, what function did you carry out for them?
Normally, I was always on the materials department. We started in supplying and getting all the parts for the calling to get all the parts, supplying, and then supplying the material to stores. I took care of the storage of the material, and also delivering the material to the working lines, to the people that work on the production lines. And all the material.
Okay.
Department.
Were you born in Chihuahua or in Juarez?
No, I was born in Juarez. But when I started, when I finished my high school, I wanted something related to industrial engineering, and at that time there was no school in Juarez, so I had to study outside.
The program in Chihuahua, was that a 4-year program?
It is a 4-year program, industrial, and I studied in the mechanical area.
Oh, okay. So you're a mechanical engineer.
I'm a mechanical engineer.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And your father and mother, what did your father do?
My father and my mother. I come from a family of teachers. All my family were teachers or are teachers. My mom, my father, my sister. I have 2 lovely sisters. They are teachers. My wife is teacher.
Okay.
And even my grandfather got a medal from a president of Mexico for 50 years of teaching.
Really? Wow.
So my father was a teacher in a printing shop, and he showed me how to printing shop. So
So he had a private business as well.
also had a small printing shop that
Okay.
then he taught me how to do the.
So he was a teacher and an entrepreneur,
Yeah, he was also an
but you
entrepreneur.
learned printing.
Yes, yes.
And what was he like?
He was a real nice guy. He enjoyed life. He wanted. He had a lot of his students talk real nice about him. Professor Ruben Espino, he was a nice guy. He always was happy, smiling his face. And he always joked with students or joked with the customers. So they like him very much for that. So I'm trying to do the same.
And your mother, what was your mother like? What did she do?
She was also a teacher in elementary school, and she was very tough. She was good, and she also take care of all the economics of the house. And even then, they didn't win a lot of money at that time as teachers. She always looked for something else for us, and she always do good administration of the money. So she always was looking for new homes for us to give us a better life. And I got from them. They give me the first thing is that I'm glad is the education. Education is very, very important. Education gives you a lot of self-esteem, gives you the ways to go through life on with better techniques, with better decision taking.
So they gave you an appreciation for learning.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
and
that's neat.
values, principles, and the best I got from them was the formula for success.
Okay.
They show me that if you work hard, if you're honest, and you are respectful, you'll get success.
Okay, that's interesting. Did they have any dichos? Any
Oh
sayings?
yeah, they have a lot of dishes,
A lot of sayings.
and
So they showed you the straight line.
yes.
And so after college, did you get married right after college or sometime after that?
No. I started with my own business, and then I went to the printing business, working only for RCA, selling to them, and then I started selling them equipment, industrial equipment,
Okay.
like gloves, like toilet tissue, like
Okay, supplies.
supplies for.
But you were working for, this is while you were working for them,
I was working for them, and I was selling to them.
and that was okay. That's interesting. You saw the need.
Yeah, but suddenly somebody called the general manager and told him that the rules of the company doesn't permit that the workers do any business with the company.
Right.
So the manager called me and said, "I'm sorry, we're gonna finish all the business with you. There's going to be no more purchase orders for you because you work here for it."
Yeah.
So that day I was pretty sad, totally
Yeah.
down. I went up that day to my home, and I was frustrated. And then on my way home, I looked around, and I saw another maquila 3 more maquilas, 5 more maquilas. And that opened my mind. Okay? All right, I told next day the manager, okay, that's it, no problem. Thank you very much for everything. I changed the name of the company. I keep selling to RCA, and I start selling to the other guy.
And you left RCA
Yes.
after 10 years.
Yes, I got married after that, and then we made a real nice home.
Well, moving to El Paso from Juarez at the time must have been difficult. You were saying that the violence was unbearable for you. Is that what happened?
Yes. It was, and at that time when we came here, the violence was starting and was very, very difficult to live there.
2007, 2000.
Yeah, it was about in 2007, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the drug violence, just
drug violence.
And was it close to home?
It was all around, and they were kidnapping people.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't let you work because they would let you work if you pay them a certain monthly amount or weekly amount, so they can let you work. So
but
if you don't pay, they will kill you.
But those were different people than the drug fights. That was different.
Yes.
These were people that just came up and said, we want part of your profit. Wow. And so how did you come across? I mean, how did you come to El Paso?
All right. Fortunately, at that time, everything came good, and my wife is a U.S. citizen. My son Salvador is a U.S. citizen. So I have three kids. My other two and myself, we got the resident.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The resident from the United States.
Uh-huh.
So we had to come and live here in El Paso.
When you get the residency, you have to live here.
Yes,
you can't live in Juarez and have a
so
residency.
we moved.
Okay.
We moved, and just on time because even one day my wife and I we were witness of a killing of a person.
Really?
Just in front of us.
Oh.
So.
Was that in a restaurant or?
In the street. In the street.
Really?
We had to stop the car in front of us. Just a guy got down and started shooting a guy that was on another car.
So that frightens you.
So it was terrible. Something that we will have in mind forever.
Oh, wow.
And so that really moves.
So that's when you bought a house here in El Paso.
We bought a house here in El Paso, and so it's about around 12 years ago. And I kept going to Juarez for the business, but suddenly we.
So you were still selling to the maquilas supplies?
We were still selling at the maquilas.
And did you keep your printing shop, or did you close that?
I closed the printing shop, and then we started with all the supply companies. We sell all kind of supplies, industrial supplies, to different maquiladoras in Juarez. And then we sell even furniture. We sell to the maquiladoras. It was a real good times there. So we had different supply businesses in Juarez.
So when you start the Canopies, how do you say canopy in Spanish?
The canopy in Spanish normally is like a fabric shade. It's called Maya Sombra.
Okay.
Maya Sombra. Maya Sombra is the name in Juarez.
Because they're canopies of cloth.
They are cloth. They are fabric, special fabric that's very resistant, weather resistant, sun resistant, and it's something that we guarantee for a lot of years. And it's hail resistant too.
Oh, hail.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you manufacture your first canopy?
Well, I met a person in Juarez who did the canopies in Juarez at that time, and I told him, "Hey, can you put one in El Paso?" I never done that before. I normally work here in Juarez, and I manufacture here in my small shop, and I installed here, but I don't know, let me think about it. And I told him, hey, if you, and so he said yes. So I told him, hey, how about working together for a while? I'll start the business, I'll put the business, I'll put the money, and you put the know-how. So we started then, and my son worked since the beginning. Salvador used to do the holes, dig the holes.
Okay.
and he started getting the knowledge of how to do the canopies.
So they're metal frames.
They are metal frames.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you learned from this gentleman in Juarez, and then you started manufacturing the awnings here.
Yes.
You learned how and then did that here.
Mm-hmm.
How was the reception? I mean, did you find people say, "Oh man, that's a good idea. I want a canopy"?
It was real good since the beginning because I noticed that schools needed this, so I went and knocked doors on the school districts. And I remember the first time they asked me for an estimate. I gave them an estimate for a canopy on a school. And I gave it to the gentleman there. And he gets the estimate in his hand. He looks at it. He was surprised. I said to my inside, oh my God, very expensive. He doesn't like it. And he says, hey, you're half the price we're getting.
Wow.
From people from out of town. Oh my God.
Wow.
So I started with the right fit there, and we started selling to all schools. We went to Region 19. A good friend, Mr. Royce Cleveland, gave me a hand from the beginning. He said, "Come in, come out. Let me show you how." And he's my mentor. I love him because he's a nice guy. He just retired, but I'll keep him in my heart forever because he's real. He helped me start.
That's good to hear. I remember Mr. Cleveland, very, very nice man, and he was the purchasing agent for Region 19, and then he started a purchasing cooperative.
Yes.
So when you use Region 19, you get registered with them, then all the different school districts can use you're registered in a sense with the different school districts through that cooperative. So that helped you then?
Yes, since then, since the beginning till now, we are under Region 19.
So you put canopies in all the schools?
All the schools, yeah. All the districts, El Paso, Socorro, Isletas, San Elizario, Canutillo, Favens.
Wow. And you do residential as well?
We do residential. We do a lot of residential over pools, carports, over jacuzzis, just for the backyard to enjoy, because people need it, because the backyard is to enjoy, to go and have dinner outside, to enjoy the weather, and this canopy lets you do that, you can put lights, you can put Christmas lights all around, you can put water misters, you can.
And these canopies last for a long time.
Oh yeah. We normally give a 10-year guarantee.
Okay.
Again, fade, tear, hail, winds up to 100 miles per hour.
Really? Wow.
Yes. We have installed a lot in the Northeast near the mountains where the wind in El Paso is pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were some of the things you had to face the obstacles you had to face as you started putting these canopies out? I mean, building the business. I mean, it grew pretty fast.
It really was a pretty hard work because you have to knock a lot of doors, and then I remember when I started, I made some flyers, and I remember the first time we started here, I was outside Home Depot giving up
Oh,
flyers.
really? Uh-huh.
That's how I started.
Wow.
And then I went to different residential areas and put some flyers on all the mailboxes. That's how I started. Walking, sweating.
You still hand out flyers.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I see it in marketing meetings or networking meetings. You're always passing out flyers.
Yeah. It's something that I always have done.
But that works
Yes.
for you.
It works real nice. It
So,
works real nice.
so that's what started. And did you have the financing you needed to build up the business, or did you have to go to banks?
That was one problem when suddenly I started growing. When I was small, no problem with my own money. I started. So I went to the bank and I started getting some small loans. But normally that's a big problem for all entrepreneurs, to get money to fund the equipment, buying the material needed, paying the people, and so it's one of the problems. So you have to look for money around.
Yeah. The supplies that you use, were those locally? Did you get those locally? The materials, were they locally purchased too?
Yes, definitely. It's very important. That question is very important because we started selling even to Fort Bliss, for example, and all the schools. We also, since then, we have the contract for the city of El Paso for parks and recreation. We're doing a lot of canopies and new and repairs to all the parks in El Paso. And it's very important that you mention that because it's a code that you have to use American products. See, we always been being very, very ethical in that, using material made in the United States. And people, they are legally working in the United States.
Okay.
So
you're very careful with that.
definitely, because they really, that's good, because I learned that on the way, and it's better to be on the right line.
So now you have a business in the U.S. That's something. Did you ever dream that?
Tell you the truth, no. I've been a businessman for all my life, but I never thought to start a business in the United States and be successful as I am right now. It's something incredible.
So you reached a dream. You're fulfilling a dream.
Yeah, indeed.
Mr. Espino, what is I.Q.P. Canopies? What does I.Q.P. stand for?
It originally, before becoming a corporation, I.Q.P. Canopies LLC, it was a sole proprietorship under my name. It was named International Quality Products. So we started growing up, so we wanted to change that to a corporation. So in order for us to keep that original name, International Quality Products, we created I.Q.P. Canopies.
Okay. So you were selling other things as International Quality Products.
Originally, the idea was to sell different things. We didn't know what... I was selling, for example, water filters in Mexico. It was a real good business because the water in Mexico is terrible. So we were say, hey, we'll probably sell some filters in El Paso. We'll probably sell some furniture in El Paso from Mexico manufacturers. And canopies. But canopies was a real good business, so we forget about the rest.
So you found a niche.
Yes, we found a niche.
With canopies.
Yes, we found a niche.
And you found success. At the beginning, you had to, and one of the things you were sharing is you made sure you buy locally. You buy your materials, your metal, your cloth, your fabric. You buy that locally. Why is that important?
It is very important because normally the schools, the government entities, and like Fort Bliss and the city of El Paso requires for us to build with American products. It's a code that we must follow, and that's the way we do it, because we need to buy in the United States, so it will get back to the economy, local economy. So we get local suppliers that we do business with them, so we like them to grow together with us.
Before I ask you about your designations, your selling designations, where are you located? Where is your operation located?
All right. We started a long time ago at a small office in the near the airport area and all that, and then we keep moving to a different. We were renting, but we found out that we were throwing our money, so we decided to buy our own property. So we bought 1 acre in the Far East, Joe Battle and North Zaragoza area, and we bought 1 acre there. With now we have 3 buildings, one for the office, one for the steel operation, aluminum operation, welding, and painting, and another building for the fabric, cutting, knitting, and a warehouse. Okay. Yes, that's where we are, at the Azogue Avenue in Far East.
Yeah, I know Azogue. I have a friend who's got a business down the road from you. Yeah. But so let me ask you too. In beginning the business, you had to have the funds to do all of these things. How did you find the reception with banks, and how did you obtain the funds you needed?
Well, it was pretty hard, really. We didn't have any, originally we didn't have any credit history, so it was very tough for us. We had some money, but to start with, but then we had to create some credit. So we started with our own credit cards, our own bank accounts, and start moving start saving some money to invest, to reinvest. So we kept with our own capital until the banks started to find out that we had good credit. So then we started asking for money, but they lent us small amounts and then bigger amounts. But there's always a problem. The banks lend you money if you have money.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But growth depends on having access to capital.
Definitely, yes.
So in selling to the government, do you have some designations that allow you to sell to the government easier?
Yes, we have some certifications. We are certified like women-owned. My wife is 51% owner. I'm 49%. So as a women-owned business, we have some priorities. We are certified as a Texas Hub company.
Okay, historically underutilized business,
Yeah, so that give us also another help. And Region 19, it's very important, because on the Region 19, a lot of businesses also are with Region 19. We also got the buy board. We are under buy board also.
At Region 19,
Yeah, and we are working right now on the 8A certification.
Okay.
Yes.
8A is a 9-year program to get some funding to get projects for the government as a minority-owned business.
Correct.
It's a training program. So the question, a little bit of your background. You were sharing with us that you are you're a mechanical engineer. You studied that in Chihuahua, and but you worked for RCA in Ciudad Juarez in the purchasing area, in the materials management. And so, by the way, RCA was the first maquila plant in what I remember when that opened up.
Yeah.
And so, and you worked for them for 10 years. Now, in that, so you learned the purchasing side and the material acquisition side of business. So you come at the business from a perspective of, you know, the buyer. So how does that help you in, because you do the sales. That's what you do, is sales, marketing, and your wife does the management, the financial management.
Yes.
Your son does the manufacturing management, and you're out there getting the business.
Yeah.
But you learned that. Is that how you prepared to do your business?
Yes, definitely. RCA gave us, I always tell that was my best school there is. And we even still get together, all ex-RCAs. We get together every month for a breakfast and enjoy and remembering those good times. But normally all the people that were at RCA has been successful in their own businesses, because we found there how to treat people, how to respect people, how to have relations who had human relations, how to get self-confident. That's I think that's more important for me. Is I have a lot of security in me. I'm very sure that I'm going to get the business, and I always thinking positive, totally positive, that I'm going to get business. If they call me, then I'm pretty sure when I knock the door, or in a school, or in a house, or in a business, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get that big, because it makes me very
self-confident.
Confident.
So your parents, being teachers in Mexico, really built that self-confidence in you, or?
Yeah, definitely. I started with they showed me the basic principles, and then and the values and the respect for others. That's another part of my success, probably. I think it's very important part of my success, respect. Normally, when I started here, I saw contractors or salespeople. They want to sell you something. They will come and say, "Hi, Homero, how are you? Good. Hey, I got this product. You want it? Hey, come on. Okay, I'll call you back. Okay." What I learned from my parents is, "Mr. Galicia, how are you? Good morning.
Yes.
I got this product. This is good for you. Oh, Mr. Galicia, you want a full canopy for the whole backyard? You want a real big one? Why? If you want to use only this space, you want to put on this table, and what time are you going to enjoy it? At 5:30, at 6. Okay, the sun is there. Why you need a real big canopy? Let's put a small one here, and at that time, you can enjoy that area." And Mr. Galicia, I'll call you back whenever you're ready. You're not like, "Homero, I'll call you back, okay? Hey, think about it."
Yeah.
So it's respect. It's very, very important. Very important.
So coming to El Paso from Juarez, what was that like? I mean, you grew up with very strong family values, very strong respect values, and I mean, I can almost see that in your home in Juarez as you grow up. You come to El Paso. What did you find? How was that transition for you?
Well, it was difficult because we had friends, family in Juarez. My kids had all their friends in Juarez. They didn't want to leave Juarez, but we came here, and it was at the beginning difficult. So I kept going to Juarez, and my kids kept going to Juarez to see their friends and all that. But thinking on the reality on this country that give us a lot of opportunities, I thought my wife and I, we talk with the kids, say, this is our new home. This is where we're gonna live from now on, and make friends here, make your life here, and this is an opportunity country. Let's get those opportunity working for us. So they started universities here, and they are working real nice there.
So you made a break.
Yes.
No, I know your son Salvador because he manages your operations, but he took my class at U.T.E.P. And your other children, what do they do?
And Cesar, he's a professional photographer. He works in the Los Angeles area, and he does a lot of photography and videos for companies, for large companies. He works for different companies for like taking videos on weddings, but not small weddings. This is millionaires' weddings.
Okay.
People from India, from different parts different countries that get married in that area, and there are artists that are starting in that area. He takes pictures, he takes the videos, and he works for companies like uniform companies that sell uniforms. So he makes the videos and the pictures for selling those.
So he's carved out a market there in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he found also his niche there.
And then your youngest is your daughter? Is she the youngest?
My daughter Alejandra, yeah, she is in Dallas. She studied in the Austin Art Institute.
Okay.
She just become a certified interior design.
Oh wow.
He works with a nice big company. Takes care of the design of large corporations.
Okay.
Like American Airlines, like Southwest Airlines.
Wow.
She's very happy. She's doing real nice.
So your family made a total transition. Now, did you find that the way you do business in Juarez and the way you do business in El Paso is different?
Yes, it is different. And I'm very glad for that, because normally in businesses in Mexico, they follow a different trend every year or every 2 years. Suddenly you're up here, suddenly you're down here. Here in El Paso, it's completely, you can schedule your work for next year, you can do your budget and everything. In Mexico, suddenly you're doing a lot of business, having a lot of money, and suddenly you don't have anything.
Wow.
So it's different.
And the attitudes of business are different?
It is a different attitude. It is a different attitude. Here, you have to be more strict about the rules, take care of that. In Mexico, it's very flexible. It's more flexible, I mean.
In Mexico, and here you have to be pretty straight.
Yeah.
This year you received two awards.
Oh yeah.
You received an SBA award. What was that?
Yeah, we were honored by the Small Business Administration statewide, and locally we got the Anchor Entrepreneur of the Year award.
Anchor Entrepreneur.
Anchor Entrepreneur, yes.
Wow.
Anchor Entrepreneur is an award for a business person who had done business before and started a new business after that, and in the United States, and it succeeded.
Yeah, very nice.
So we were honored with that, and we also were honored by the Better Business Bureau for an excellence award this year too.
Really? Wow!
Yes,
Congrats.
yes.
So integrity is important to you.
Definitely.
Why is that?
Integrity, ethics is because you have a lot of business here, and you have a lot of customers here. Customers in El Paso are very noble, are very good people, very decent people, very they treat you real nice. They always offer me a bottle of water, a coffee. I always get into their homes. They invite me to come in home. They are very good people. So why treat them bad? It's not fair. They treat you real nice. They give you a lot of business. So why? So let's treat them as they should, really, because a lot not really a lot, but some they don't treat good people. They don't, they ask for a down payment. They don't do the right work and all that. We always it's very important for us, the customer satisfaction. It doesn't matter if it costs more for us. We have, and it's our codes, our ethics, codes of ethics, our customer satisfaction.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Now, so how many employees do you have now?
Right now we have around 12, and about 2 crews of installers. Each crew is 3 people. So
And so your growth, what growth are you planning? Are you looking for what kind of growth?
We expect to end this year with real good growth, more than maybe about 15% from last year.
Really?
And we expect about at least 10% for next year.
Okay.
More growth. Yes.
So you're prepared for growth, and you have the room at your 1 acre lot to
We have a lot of room
to
That's
grow.
good. Yes.
So you've enjoyed building your business in El Paso.
Oh yeah.
Do you regret leaving Mexico?
Not at all. No.
Really?
No. I'm very happy here.
Okay.
Very happy with the community, with my family, my new friends, and
you've been well received, here in El Paso. Now you belong to the chambers. You're a member of I know you're a member of the
Hispanic Chamber.
Uh-huh.
The Hispanic Chamber.
And that has helped you?
Yeah, Hispanic Chamber. They proposed me as Entrepreneur of the Year for SBA.
Oh, they nominated you.
They
yes.
nominated me, and so
Okay.
I got that award thanks to them.
Oh,
Yes,
that's-
I'm very thankful for them.
So, and other agencies, have you found, did you find other agencies helpful to you in growing your business?
One of the, I really recommend for the new entrepreneurs, to new businesses, to go to COC, Contract Opportunity Center.
Okay.
They helped me a lot. Contract Opportunity Centers, since the beginning, helped me. They took me by the hand and showed me how to do the things.
Yeah,
It takes to them, I have work with the government and all that.
Okay. So the
Yes.
Contract Opportunity Center
Mhm.
is here at the community college,
Mhm.
and it's designed to help entrepreneurs or business owners do business with the government entities,
Mhm.
mostly federal government, how to register and how to what the process is.
Yes.
So they taught you that process.
Yes.
So well, that's exciting, and so it's a family business. So your transition is already in place, right?
Yes.
What are your future plans?
Oh, my future plans. You know, I never stop thinking about new products. We just started selling a new security cabinet. This security cabinet will be installed outside the homes, and it will protect the parcel boxes. When FedEx, UPS comes to your home, and or the mail comes and drops a box, instead of leaving it in the floor, they will put it in a cabinet, security cabinet. They will open the door, put the box in it, close the door. The box will drop into a security safe area with key that the owner of the house has the key, and that's a new product that we're starting to sell right now.
Interesting.
Yes.
You found that, or you designed that?
I found it. I found that, and we're buying from somebody else. But if this works, that I know it will, maybe we'll start building it ourselves.
Oh,
soon.
okay.
Yes.
Because you know manufacturing.
Because we manufacture.
So really, you're a manufacturer.
We are a manufacturer. Yes.
and so that's a different category.
Yes.
Well, that's fascinating. And so, and your brothers and sisters, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have only 2 sisters,
Okay.
and we are 5 years separate one from the other.
Okay.
We are 5 years older than me, 5 years younger than me, and the other one. And we always get together every year. We get together. My older sister, she's in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
She is in the bilingual education
Okay.
areas.
Uh-huh.
She has her own business,
Really?
and he does a lot of consulting to all schools
Really?
about bilingual education.
Okay.
How to prepare students, you know, that don't speak English.
Mm-hmm.
How to prepare them, how to
Wow.
teach them.
Wow. That's your older sister.
Is my older, and my younger sister, she is here in El Paso, yes, and she's also teaches. He used to teach in Mexico on the Seguro Social.
Mm-hmm.
He was supervisor on a daycares daycares for them, and so she's also a teacher dedicated for children.
Okay.
Dedicated for children too.
So all your family's over here now.
Yeah, she's there over here, and we enjoy. We get together every year whenever. We're gonna be in Washington pretty soon.
Oh, that's
yes.
That's neat.
So yes.
So what do you like about being in business in the U.S.? What do you like most about that?
The opportunities that you have here. That everything is open. You can grow as much as you want. Your imagination is your limit. You can do whatever you want. You can, if you want just a little piece, you can get a little piece. You get a big piece, you can get a big piece.
But you've seen other businesses start since you started and not make it.
Yes.
Do you know why that is? Do you have an idea why that is?
Maybe I remember a friend of mine told me when I started the business here, Ruben, when you start your business in El Paso, do what the other guy do. Buy a big truck. I didn't. I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
That's interesting. That's it. And why would they say buy the big truck? So that you look like you're really big?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're not putting money back into the business.
Okay.
Instead of buying a big truck, put the money into the business, and it will grow. It will grow.
So but you already had that in your mind when you were doing business in Mexico, right?
Yes, yes, I really did.
Okay.
So,
The international quality products, Canopies,
yes,
is your business, and you supply the schools, Fort Bliss, and private homes
in the city of El Paso
with
too.
Canopies.
Yes.
And it all started because you didn't have shade in the new home you bought.
Yeah.
And
Good.
so you've had success. Are you? Did this really fulfill? Did this go beyond your dreams, or?
Yes, yes, definitely. I always dreamed having this for my family.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I have a lovely wife that she always helped me with everything, helped me with my ideas. She always backs me in my ideas and my crazy ideas and my new and my new projects. She always is behind me, and we both have that we were doing this for our children.
Good. And what is her name?
Lilia.
Lilia. So and
Lilia.
she's the president of the company.
Yes, Lilia.
Well, Mr. Ruben Espino, and we thank Lilia Espino too for building this business. We thank you so much for sharing your story, Mr. Espino, and it's quite a lesson for us on how you came across and built a business and found a way and found a niche, and you're building a family business. Mr. Espino, thank you so much for sharing your story. I appreciate that. And viewers, I trust you found this story interesting, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Good day.